Welcome back to the show. Elena Cardone is a successful model, TV show host, businesswoman, and now author of the best-selling book, Build an Empire, How to Have It All. Now, all of her experiences have inspired her to share her wealth of knowledge with others, all in the hopes of inspiring them to build empires of their own. Elena, thank you so much for being on our show today. How are you?
Oh, I'm so good, Clark. Thank you so much for having me. San Antonio, yay!
Yes, we're so happy to speak with you this morning. And your book, first of all, I had a chance to read a little bit of it, got about halfway through, but it's like an instruction manual for people who want to achieve more for themselves, but not know how to start and where to even go from having the idea. But where did you start in your own journey?
I started with a commitment. It's just the easiest thing to start with. It doesn't cost any money. It's just making a decision to change or to want to be better or to build an empire. So I started with a simple commitment to taking a look at where I can go to grow.
Yeah, and it all starts with looking within yourself and being true to yourself too. I know that was a big theme in your book, but what does having it all mean to you personally? I love how that's a part of the title.
Well, it means you really can have it all. You can have the family, you can have the children, you can have the career, you can have it all. However, there will be certain sacrifices that you have to make, and you have to decide what sacrifices you're willing to make. What are you willing to give up in order to go where you want to be? And if you're willing to make certain sacrifices, then truly you can have it all.
Yes, and I do have another question for you personally. What did you have to give up, maybe in one instance? I know you have so many different areas that you've accomplished and you're not limited to just one title, but what's an example for you?
Well, for instance, I had to give up bad habits. I had to give up people that I had assumed should be a permanent status in my life because they're family or because they're my childhood friends. So I had this sense of, oh, I have to be loyal to these people forever. But at a certain point, you have to be willing to sacrifice certain people that aren't of the same mindset and don't have really the true intention of helping you reach a heightened level of success and vice versa. You know, the people that are happy just the way you are and you're perfect and why change, and you know, that sort of mentality that can really disrupt your intentions of trying to go to another place. They kind of make you wrong. So as vicious and as savage as that might seem, I had to really sacrifice certain relationships and distance myself until I allowed myself to grow and to become the woman that I am and really worked hard to become.
Yes, and growth can be so uncomfortable sometimes, but it's necessary for change to take place. What would you tell someone who may think, okay, this interview is all great, it's fine and dandy, but it's too late for me to create the dream life that I want because maybe I have kids or other responsibilities? How would you encourage them?
Well, I would say, look, understand that you are making excuses, and even though they seem very legitimate and very real, you have to be true and honest with yourself. You are a powerful person, and it just starts with making very little small commitments to yourself. It can be simple as make your bed every morning or drinking a gallon of water. It doesn't have to be you're going to be this overnight sensation, you know, doctor overnight. It's by taking little steps that you commit to and you achieve daily over a consistent period of time. You develop confidence in yourself and a belief in yourself that if you say you're going to do something, you do it.
Yes,
and then
yes.
You're going to be a multimillionaire and you're going to have it all. The world stops laughing at you and gets out of your way and says, by gosh darn, this woman does what she says. She is going to be a millionaire, and they stop laughing at you. It gets out of your way and you get it done. Oh,
that's so powerful. You're such an independent woman, and I know that your relationship with your husband, Grant Cardone, super quickly, it's so important. You talk about the partnership a lot. And I feel like a lot of women do think that their independence kind of has to speak for itself, and that you can't really have a partnership where it's compatible or you're both successful. How has your relationship been with your husband?
You know, for the first 4 or 5 years of my marriage, I had the belief that I had to be the strong, powerful, independent woman, which could not include my husband. And then I had the epiphany in 2008 when the economy collapsed that, you know what, I had to join forces with him and actually support him in order to survive being on the verge of losing everything. What that did for us is I stopped worrying about trying to vie for a power position by being male, female, and started to be honest and real. And we started to work out our role together based on our strengths and weaknesses, not male, female. And I got to be the boss of these certain areas, and he got to be the boss of these certain areas. So we stopped fighting each other, and we started to work in a collaborated and a coordinated effort with the mission, with the purpose of reaching a heightened level of success together.
It's so beautiful. I could talk to you so much longer about all the incredible topics in your books, but we do have to let you go. However, thank you so much for joining us today, Elena. It's been a pleasure.
It's been an absolute honor, Clark. Thank you.
Elena also does have interactive workshops online, so if you're interested in learning more about that or buying her book, please visit her website below for more details. It's elenacardone.com. But coming up, one of the most important trade ships might have